You hit play on Netflix, and it just works. No drama, no buffering, no lag. But have you ever really stopped to think about the incredible, almost invisible engineering that makes that seamless experience happen? Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on Netflix's technical magic to really understand the deep strategy behind that simple click.
Oh yeah, we've all been there, staring at that spinning wheel of death. It's the ultimate frustration, the one thing that can absolutely ruin movie night. But with Netflix, it's a surprisingly rare sight, isn't it? So how do they pull it off? It's not magic, and it's not just about your internet connection, it's about some seriously smart engineering.
Okay, so to really appreciate how Netflix conquered the buffering beast, we first have to understand why it happens in the first place. For most streaming services, getting a video from them to you is a long and winding journey with a ton of potential roadblocks.
I want you to imagine a single massive warehouse right in the middle of the country. For a lot of smaller streaming services, that's basically where all their content lives. So when you press play, your movie has to travel from that one spot across a whole bunch of public digital highways all the way to your TV. And you know, every single intersection on that trip is a potential traffic jam.
So, what's Netflix's big secret? Well, it's not just one cool piece of tech. It's a whole philosophy of controlling the entire journey of a video, from their servers straight to your screen. They basically decided to stop using those public highways and instead built their own private digital superhighway. And that gives them a massive, massive advantage.
This digital superhighway is built on 5 key pillars. First, they create smarter, more efficient video files from the get-go. Then, they built their own delivery network to bring that content incredibly close to you. Their player is also super intelligent, adapting to your internet speed in real time. They even partnered directly with internet providers to create a VIP lane for their traffic. And finally, they're always learning, using data to optimize every single step of this process. Let's break each one down.
To really get a feel for Netflix's edge, let's do a little side-by-side comparison. Think of it as a tale of 2 streams. One is stuck on the often clogged public internet, while the other is just cruising smoothly along Netflix's private superhighway.
All right, first up, let's talk about encoding. Think of a master movie file from a studio. It's like a giant, uncompressed suitcase. It's way too big and bulky to just send through the mail. Encoding is the art of carefully folding and packing everything inside that suitcase into a much smaller, more manageable package that can be sent quickly and efficiently.
And this is where Netflix's approach is just on another level. While smaller services might just create a few one-size-fits-all versions of a video, Netflix creates dozens of custom-tailored versions. They literally analyze every single scene to apply the perfect amount of compression. The result? A higher quality picture that uses way less data. The file that's sent to you is already smarter before it even leaves their server.
Okay, so you've got this perfectly packed suitcase. Now, how do you get it to its destination as fast as humanly possible? That's where a content delivery network, or CDN, comes into play. You can think of it like a network of local post offices strategically placed all over the world to get your package to you faster.
Now, instead of just renting a corner in a shared post office, Netflix built its own global network of private ones. They call it Open Connect. And here's the wild part. They give their servers, these red boxes packed with popular shows, to internet providers for free and install them right inside their local networks. So when you watch Stranger Things, you are not streaming it from California. You're probably streaming it from a server that's just a few miles from your house. This just slashes the distance and the risk of delays.
Okay, so let's talk about the very last mile of the journey, your own internet connection. It can be super unpredictable, right? It's like a road with constantly changing traffic. That's where something called adaptive bitrate streaming comes in. It's like having a smart car that can adjust its speed and route in real time to avoid traffic jams and just keep you moving forward.
The Netflix player on your TV or your phone is constantly monitoring the traffic on your digital road. If it senses a slowdown ahead, it doesn't just slam on the brakes and show you that buffering wheel. Nope. It instantly and seamlessly switches to a slightly smaller, more efficient chunk of video to keep you moving. You might notice a split-second dip in quality, but the show never stops. A less advanced player just gets stuck in traffic and, hello, buffering wheel.
So, we've seen the incredible technology that powers Netflix. But you know, that's only half the story. Their massive scale gives them this powerful set of advantages, money, influence, and data that are almost impossible for smaller players to even think about competing with.
First, let's just talk about the money. Netflix invests over $1 billion a year in this infrastructure. Just to put that into perspective, that's more than the entire GDP of some small countries. This insane investment lets them build and maintain their own digital superhighway, while everyone else is stuck renting a single lane on the congested public internet.
Second, there's influence. Because Netflix drives so much internet traffic and partners so closely with internet service providers, their data gets special treatment. This quote from our source materials says it all, really. What it means in practice is that when the internet gets crowded during prime time, Netflix often gets a dedicated express lane while everyone else is stuck in that digital traffic jam.
And finally, there's the data. Every single time you press play, you're not just watching a show, you're feeding information back into the Netflix machine. They are constantly analyzing every stream, learning from every microsecond of buffering, and using all that data to make their entire system smarter and more efficient. It's a massive, self-improving feedback loop that's just constantly getting better.
So what's the key takeaway from all of this? Well, Netflix's success isn't luck, and it isn't one single trick. It's the result of a very deliberate, decade-long strategy to own and meticulously control every single aspect of the streaming experience from start to finish. I mean, just look at this table. It summarizes the fundamental differences perfectly. From encoding to distribution to playback, even to their relationship with the internet's gatekeepers. At every single stage, Netflix has a specialized, vertically integrated solution, while others are just relying on general-purpose, rented tools.
Their technical supremacy is absolutely not an accident. It's the result of a massively expensive, long-term strategy to build and control every single link in the chain that brings a show from their server to your screen. They simply leave nothing to chance.
And that really brings us to the ultimate question, doesn't it? In the streaming wars, has Netflix built a technological fortress that is so strong, a moat so deep and so wide that no one else can ever truly compete on the pure quality of the experience? It's definitely something to think about the next time you press play, and it all just works.